Nietzsche, 19th century guy, and he's ahead of his time. He has a lot to say about what we consider sort of contemporary philosophical and cultural problems today. He's sort of speaking about them early on. And so that's why he's useful text to sort of open up IH2 with, which is the modern part of the course. So just his birth and death dates here and some moments in his life. What I've highlighted here are influences, Schopenhauer and Wagner, if you know those names, German philosopher and a musician. Birth of Tragedy, these are other texts that he wrote, right, which they're good texts. You can take a look at them, but you can just see that very prolific guy. He writes Zarathustra between 1883 and 1885, and that's near the end of his career. As you can see here in 1889, he has a physical and mental collapse, and for the last of 11 years of his life, he's living in a vegetative catatonic state. Dies in 1900 there. Okay. Further reading here, I'll skip over that. Notes on text. Let's go to the end of the text to look at the index here. So it's not giving you, the text is not giving you any sort of explanation of his ideas or sort of characters in the text that sometimes you see in like IH1 text like Gilgamesh. But we have here the modern index, which can be very useful, right? Especially for this text. It is, the text is a literary text for the most part, and it's all over the place, but it's making philosophical and political arguments. So the index sort of can be a way where you can say, like, I know he was talking about something, but what was the idea? Where was it? So this allows you to take a look at it. So I've highlighted a few things here. Creativity, big for Nietzsche. Dwarf and the eagle are characters that show up in the text, right, that he plays with, that he uses. The eternal recurrence is a important idea for Nietzschean philosophy that we'll talk about. Gay wisdom, joyful science, another important term. Death of God or God, he spends a lot of time with that. This idea of going under, the higher man. Interestingly here, he has a lot to say about love. You don't really see that or expect that with Nietzsche. Nausea, laughter, right? All good points that he's making. The parable form and other things that he's working with. So I've highlighted these here so that you can take a look at them, but it's oftentimes a good thing to look at the index before and after that you read.